55 past the hour this morning, the UN is warning of a cataclysmic situation in Haiti where 1.4 million people are, quote, a step away from famine. It counts as deaths by gangs have skyrocketed. More than 1,500 people killed so far this year, according to the UN.
Haiti is on a brink of becoming a failed state.
The UN is warning of a cataclysmic situation in Haiti.
People in Haiti are bracing for more violence weeks after powerful gangs launched an offensive to topple the government.
Any volunteers to save Haiti's 11 million citizens. Gangs overrunning the country while the prime minister had gone to Kenya to seal a deal for an international policing force. Ariel Henry.
Haiti was struggling before this crisis broke out, among the worst hunger crises in the world.
This crisis existed before. There were 1.6 million people in Port-au-Prince who didn't have enough to eat before this crisis. This is making things worse.
Leaderless and run by gangs, Haiti has become a war zone. Millions are facing starvation, with many forced to feast on mud pies. Murders, kidnappings, and sexual violence against the elderly and children now an everyday occurrence. Political dysfunction coupled by natural disasters, a pandemic, and deteriorating economic conditions have created the perfect storm for gangs to thrive.
Haiti is collapsing. The country has been ravaged by 2 weeks of chaos.
Turf wars between rival gangs have led to many civilians being killed in front of their families, their bodies left in the street. One thing is clear: Haiti is under siege. But what does the chaos in Haiti mean for neighboring countries in the Caribbean and in America? Here's why you should be concerned. Hello everyone, my name is Rogan and this is This Bahamian Gyal. On my platform, I do social commentary and reaction videos. I encourage my audience to have private conversations in public. Well, gang violence has plagued Haiti for more than 2 years, ever since its president Jovenel Moise was assassinated by Colombian mercenaries. The situation was exacerbated when armed gangmen released thousands of prison inmates. Haiti's next door neighbor, the Dominican Republic, has already shut its borders. Here in the United States, which is already grappling with the southern border crisis and many major U.S. cities already overrun with migrants, this could spell disaster. U.S. cities like New York and Chicago are already burdened with migrants and are demanding that their elected officials secure the border. New York Mayor Eric Adams and civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton have already called on the United States to help out with the crisis.
We have gathered together with some of the outstanding faith leaders in our community, particularly in the Haitian community, but in other communities, to come together to deal with the outrageous humanitarian crisis in Haiti. As the world is dealing with crisis in the Middle East and in Ukraine, right in our hemisphere, there is a reign of bedlam and terror that has not been addressed in the way that we feel it should be.
But don't look to America to help out this time around. President Biden has already said that the U.S. would offer logistical support and some money, but no boots on the ground. I actually agree with that stance. Personally, I think America is fatigued right now. America has its hands full with millions of undocumented migrants. And this is a humanitarian crisis, but America needs to get its own house in order right now. This is an election year, and I think the last thing that Americans want right now is an intervention in some overseas conflict. And this is no disrespect to Haitians. I know that many of them are suffering. A lot of them are going through it, but some of them don't even want American intervention at this point. Now, the violence in Haiti hasn't led to any mass migration as yet, and I think that's primarily due to the fact that there are a lot of turf wars going on, and people do not have the freedom of movement, so many of them are staying inside of their homes. But I think once things die down, I think you will see that, because that's historically what we have seen happen out of Haiti, whether it's from an earthquake or some sort of flooding or hurricane, or any sort of coup that occurs, any kind of uprising, we typically see that there is a mass exodus to many countries in the Caribbean and, of course, South Florida. As many of you who watch my channel know, and if you look at the name of my channel, I am from the Bahamas, and the Bahamas is typically one of the first stops that a lot of Haitian migrants on boats make when they're coming from Haiti. Whenever they're fleeing from Haiti, it's usually, their foot hits Bahamian soil before it even gets to the United States.
Haitians aren't just fleeing to America in hopes to gain entry into a better future, but the Bahamas right now is also overwhelmed by an influx of Haitians.
315 persons in custody. Our last group arrived this morning consisting of 52 nationals.
These images shared by the Bahamas government reveal the scale of the situation. More than 500 Haitians, including children, have been apprehended in Bahamian waters this month. 2 sloops were intercepted with the help of the U.S. Coast Guard on Saturday alone. Huddled under a tent, masked and confused about what comes next now that their plan to cross the Atlantic into the United States has gone awry. Less than comfortable conditions, but when faced with the prospect of repatriations, the migrants still shouted,
"Are you all ready and willing to go?"
So for those of you who might be watching, who might be questioning why Haitians would not want American interference or might not want military boots on the ground, you really have to look at the history. For those of you who don't know, the United States used to occupy Haiti from 1915 to 1934. It was President Woodrow Wilson who deployed Marines to Haiti to restore order and maintain political and economic stability. And that happened after the assassination of Haiti's then president. Now, the Haitian government was initially happy for the help, but as the occupation dragged on, there was a great deal of conflict between the United States and Haitians, namely a massacre in 1929 where U.S. Marines fired on protesting Haitians, leaving many dead and injured. And as a result, America was condemned by the international community. And that was really what ended the occupation. As far as foreign intervention goes, there are Haitians who are basically split down the middle. There are Haitians who are happy for any sort of help at this point because this is a humanitarian crisis at this point, and they do want foreign intervention. They do want a lot of military people on the ground to sort of quell the violence that's going on between the gangs. But then, of course, you also have Haitians who, particularly the older Haitians who know about the occupation in Haiti, they know the history of it. They don't want anybody, particularly in the United States, on their soil. So here's my question of the day. Should the United States intervene to restore law and order in Haiti, or should the United States and other foreign entities take a hands-off approach and let Haitians deal with their own problems, resolve their fighting, resolve their issues in their own country? Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. If there are Haitians who are watching this video, please feel free to weigh in on the conversation, especially if you have family members who are still back home in Haiti. Just drop some, drop a comment to let us know how they're doing and what they're saying on the ground. Do they want the Americans to come in? Do they want some other foreign entity to come in? Let's just talk in the comments section. If you like videos like this one, be sure to check out my social commentary playlist like this one right over here. See you next time.